everyone, and welcome to my Peak Time recap review video. Today, I'm going to be talking about episode 5, 6, and 7. That's right, I'm combining all 3 episodes into one. So, friendly reminder, every single performance that I talk about, I rewatch it in the after show. You all, the after show is great. When I watch these performances for the second time, there's a lot of things that I didn't notice the first time. All right, so the rules for round 2. It's a little confusing, but stay with me. The groups are divided into 4 units, which I think I talked about this a little bit in the end of episode 4. I don't know if it was in my recap video or in the after show, but I do talk a little bit about what round 2 is about. But anyway, I will repeat it here in case you guys didn't hear me talk about it. So all the groups are divided into units. So there's unit A, B, C, and D. And those units have subunits for rap, vocals, and dance. So the rules are the judges will give a score from 0 to 100. The unit with the highest total score will win first place. All the teams that are in the combined unit with the winning unit will receive additional 2%. So for example, and this is a spoiler, unit C won for the dance challenge, the dance competition. So all the units in unit C, I believe including rap and vocal subunits of unit C, all get the 2% additional votes. Also, there is an MVP that is chosen for each challenge, I guess. So there will be one for rap, vocal, and dance. And this is chosen by a panel of experts. 3 teams will receive the MVP benefit. So spoiler again, the MVP was Jongup. So his team, 24, they get 5% of the total votes added. Hopefully that makes sense if you guys have not seen the episode, but by episode 7, you'll understand what I mean. Prior to this episode, my bets were all on unit B, not because of how talented they are. I mean, they're extremely talented, but because of their teamwork. In their evaluations, you could see how much they supported each other. Not just one subunit, but all the units in unit B. So the rap unit, the vocal unit, and the dance unit of unit B, they were all cheering each other. If I had to choose a unit to perform with, it would definitely be unit B. All right, so the first battle is rap battle, and the first group that went up is unit C. So prior to their performance, they did show that the members from team 24, Hee Do and Hyunjae, they clashed a lot, but I like that it also showed how they overcame their differences and they were able to bond as a team. They performed their own version of G-Idol's song, My Bag. I thought their flow was great, their teamwork, it genuinely looked like they were having so much fun on stage. I love when the members looked at each other, and as a viewer, I could really feel their friendship. And again, it's just so wild seeing how they struggled at first. I mean, comparing them to like their first evaluation to their final performance. Gikwang liked Jaemin's performance. He said he was playing with rap and he looked like a pro. So Jaemin is one of the guys that have really stood out to me, especially in round 1 and round 2. His verses are just so memorable. I absolutely love his stage presence. So the next group was unit A, and this unit originally had 5 members, but they lowered it to 3 members, and it really worked out for them. They performed the song If I Die Tomorrow by Benzino. It's a very emotional and it's a heavy song. One of the members, Junseong from 5 o'clock, he talked about how his grandfather passed away and how he felt, and he really incorporated that into the lyrics and in his performance. I think all the members, they did a very good job with it. And they got compliments all around. All right, so unit D, I was looking forward to this performance so much because they got the song Fiancé by Mino. This song is one of my favorites. So the first time watching this performance, I thought it was great. It was really fun. Especially loved seeing all the other groups hype them. Just the overall support that all the groups have in Peak Time is so heartwarming to watch and hear. However, watching it again in the after show, I agreed with what the judges said. The judges did mention that this performance was very dance heavy. I think Jay Park said that. I think this is great for a concert, but if you're competing for a rap battle, the rap definitely did not shine in this. It was definitely overshadowed by a lot of things. So next up, my favorite unit, Unit B, performed Dang 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 by Supreme Team. Up until this point, it was one of my favorite performances. Unit B rap. It was just so fun to watch. I've rewatched this like 3-4 times already. this performance. I saw it the second time in the after show, and then after that, I watched it a couple more times. It is so good. The energy, I'm telling you, the energy that Unit B has, it's just something that I want to be part of. And at this point, they did show the reactions of the other units, and it was evident they were doomed. I mean, there was no competition. I'm sorry. I don't know if it might have to do with song choice, but Unit B owns it from start to finish. And shout out to Shiyu. He's another guy that has really stood out to me. He's only been rapping for 4 months up until this performance. Honestly, he sounded like a pro. It was so good. His style, his charisma, just all of them. Their stage presence. So good, you all. Go and watch it if you haven't. We'll be quoting the judges with this performance because I really want to share what they said. So J Park said, when people rap on Peak Time, it feels like idols who are good at dancing are rapping. But today, it felt like I saw rappers who are good at dancing. And Moonbyul said, I felt like joining you on stage. Girl, same here. Me too. I wanted to jump on stage, just, enjoy the song. Kyuhyun was also shocked when he found out that she started rapping 4 months prior to this performance. And Kyuhyun said, your ability to capture the judges and all the contestants were really impressive. Yes, even the people like me, viewers at home, honestly, check out their performance. Check it out. Check it out in the after show too if you want to watch it with me. But amazing. So of course the winner for this round was Unit B. They got the highest score from the judges, and I'm really happy that Vanner switched Team 21 from Unit D to Unit B because she was fantastic. So there's a moment in, I believe, episode 4 where Vanner was given the choice to switch teams from different units, and he switched a team from Unit D to Unit B, and it worked out so well. Next up is the vocal battle. So first up is Unit C, and they performed the song Way Back Home by B2B. What can I say? Their vocals were so good. Their harmonies. Shout out to Taewon from Team 11 O'Clock, aka Vanner. Amazing. The guy just sings so effortlessly. But honestly, all the guys in this team, their vocals just flowed. So Kyuhyun said, you harmonized so well, it felt like 6 instruments were being played together. And Gikwang said, when Taewon came out by himself, he captured the stage and the rest of the members got up and sang together. I found it very moving. And J Park said, Taewon is a treasure. Yes to all those 3 comments. I 100% agree with. So now we're on to episode 6. So episode 6 continues on the vocal battle with Unit A. So Unit A performed the lovely song from day 6, Time of Our Life. That song is so wonderful. Watching this performance, it made me realize how much I missed day 6. But the best part to me was when all the members sang together, their harmonies. It's so wonderful. So Junhyung was the dance leader for Unit A. He's from Team 2 O'Clock, the Let's Go team. He moved from the dance unit to the vocal unit. And honestly, I think that was one of the best things that could have happened as well. His vocals, I feel like he was such an anchor in this team. And also his energy, again, on and off stage, is what Unit A's vocal team needed. They needed that energy, that extroverted energy. And this guy, he definitely had it. And I feel like he was the missing puzzle piece to this unit. And I'm really happy for that change. So even though this song is bright, there was still a lot of emotion in it. Tiffany said that this performance reminded her of her group members. However, J Park said, I felt it was a bit chaotic, but it actually made me feel good. The performance was not so complete, to be honest. You pretended to be immersed rather than really be immersed. You pretended to be close rather than be really close. So rather than saying that the stage is so great, I felt like it was a bit chaotic overall. So originally I didn't even notice that. Maybe because I'm just watching it through a screen. I'm not physically there. So next up is Unit B, and they performed the song Behind You by JYP. In the behind the scenes of this performance, I really like how we see the older members help out the younger members and just the teamwork. Again, in Peak Time, you see a lot of great teamwork. And I also like just how supportive Unit B is. And you really see Karim and Injun, they were helping out the other members. And I mean, because they have a lot of experience versus some of the other members don't have as much experience. And it really warmed my heart to see that. And I think the MVP for this performance was definitely Karam. But overall, again, one of my favorite moments is when all of them sing together. And I just wanted to close my eyes and just really take in this performance the first time and the second time. So Shim Jaewon said, I felt that Karam and Bitseon, I'm sorry if I mispronounced his name, did a good job with keeping the team balanced, and while doing so, they could give the listener some comfort. I 100% agree with that. All right, so even though Unit B is my favorite unit so far, when it comes to vocals, Unit D owned it. So they performed My C by IU. That song in and of itself is perfection. Absolute perfection. I didn't think anybody would be able to cover that song and still carry the emotion and the feel that IU has with that song. But that is what Unit D did. I said this in the after show. Their performance felt special. All the other vocal performances were really good. All the other teams, it was great. But there was something about Unit D performing this song and the members that were performing it that it just felt special. I mean, no amount of technique could really capture what these guys did. I mean, yes, they had the vocal technique and they were harmonizing so beautifully, but there was something about it that it touched the heart. The judges' reaction to this performance was everything. I was them. Judge Ryan Jhun was crying, okay? He was crying. If you guys haven't seen it, please check it out. It is another one of my favorite performances on Peak Time. I got all the feels with this performance. So Ryan Jhun said, I almost mistook this song by IU to be an original song by these 5 members. Yes, I agree with that. And My C by IU is one of my top favorite songs as well. I really love that song. He said, it was so touching, but the reason why I teared up was because I was able to see the effort put in during the preparation process. And Kyuhyun said they had perfect harmony. I agree with that too. And Sungkyu said, after the first part, I thought that it was game over. I stood up because it was so good. So my pick for the vocal battle is Unit D, and that is the winner. Unit D definitely won this round. Props to them from start to finish. I'm telling you, that song, it's magical. It's so special. I wanted to cry. I wanted to smile. It's so beautiful. All right, so the next battle is the dance battle. This is my absolute favorite. And I was looking forward to this so much. Oh my gosh. And I had so much fun rewatching these performances in the after show. All right, so first up is Unit B, and they performed Bang. DKB members are in this performance, and this is another song that they performed that's called Bang. But anyway, you all, I said this in the after show. I don't want to say it here. If there is 2 performances in Peak Time that I would show someone that has never seen Peak Time, in order to lure them to watch Peak Time, it would be this one and Unit C's performance, which we'll talk about in a little bit. Unit B had everything that I wanted to see in a performance and more. This is the performance that, after watching it the first time, I just wanted to keep rewatching it over and over and over again. I could never get tired of it. From start to finish, it was so fun. It was spot on. So out of all the performances that I watched up until this point, Unit B's performance had the best energy. The best energy, hands down. I have nothing bad to say about this performance. It was pretty much perfect. Tiffany and Jay gave a standing ovation, and rightfully so. This is another performance that I wish I could be there to watch live. So Jay Park said the quality was like of a dance crew. 100%. I totally agree with that. And Gikwang said, I thought it was the best performance I saw this year. Same. Moonbyul said she could feel the energy all the way from where she was sitting. I mean, I could feel the energy, and I'm watching it through a screen. And I wanted to hear Tiffany's thoughts on this performance because she had the best reaction throughout their performance, but they didn't let her share her thoughts or opinions on the performance. But I really wanted to hear what she had to say. But there's no denying that she absolutely loved it. Shim Jaewon said, after Kyuhyun asked him what he thought about the performance, he said, When you watch them, you feel like you're watching a show. K-pop is all about whether it makes you get absorbed or not. But we were absorbed. We weren't just trying to understand. We were just trying to enjoy ourselves. It's not easy to do that to people. Also, yes, that is why there's not a single thing that I could critique about this performance, because I was so into it. I was just having fun watching it. All right, so next up is Unit A, and they performed Gimme Gimme by Johnny Stimson. And this group was very interesting because they had the largest dance group and they had 16 members. Now, comparing it to NCT, which they have like 23 members performing, 21 members performing, 16 doesn't seem like a lot. But I mean, keep in mind, these guys are not in the same group. These guys are all different groups put into one. They did such a great job with the song and the choreography that they had. However, watching it the first time, the camera kept zooming in, zooming out, and I couldn't really see much about it. But watching it the second time in the after show was eye-opening. I didn't realize just how good this performance was. Like, all the guys were so in sync. Like, it was so amazing to watch. All right, next up is the performance everyone's been waiting for. The performance that took the internet by storm. Unit C. AKA the sexiest performance thus far on Peak Time. Sungkyu, Gikwang, Moonbyul, and Tiffany's reaction was me. I had to pause. The first time I watched this performance, I had to stop it a couple of times and catch a deep breath and sort of just breathe in, breathe out. And then watching it the second time in the after show, no words whatsoever. They owned the sexy concept. First of all, it starts out so smooth, so synchronized. And then when it gets to that dance break, if you see my notes right now, I'm going to screenshot my notes and I'm going to show it to you all. My notes. What the heck? What? Oh my goodness. Everyone's reaction was the best. I have no words. Those are literally, that's all my notes. That's all my notes that I have for this performance. And watching it again in the after show, I mean, shout out to Jongup. The man really knows how to do sexy well. But not only Jongup, just all the guys were really immersed in this performance. And as a viewer, I was just so, like, what Judge Shim Jaewon said, I was absorbed in this performance. I mean, from start to finish, it's just so mesmerizing. They really lure you in, their facial expressions, how they move their bodies. And I like that there were some parts of the choreography that the movements are simple, but it requires style. It requires a lot of synchronization, and they really had that. And it kind of reminded me of Jungup's first performance on Peak Time when he performed 17 song. And it just worked out so perfectly. So definitely Unit C's performance is another performance I would show someone to lure them to watching Peak Time. Unit B and C, to me, they're tied. I love them, but they're both so different. I mean, Unit B is fun. Unit C is mesmerizing and sexy. So as much as I love a sexy concept, I am all for it as long as the people that are performing it are comfortable doing it. I do want to make that clear, because if someone is uncomfortable doing a sexy performance or a cutesy performance or even an emotional performance, if an artist feels uncomfortable doing that, and as a viewer, I don't want to watch something if an artist or a group is uncomfortable doing something. But from what I saw in Unit C's performance, all the guys were comfortable on stage. I love to see groups and artists enjoy themselves on stage. They genuinely love what they do, and they want to bring the viewer and the audience to feel that emotion or to feel whatever it is that's going on stage. And as a viewer, I just absolutely loved it. Unit B and Unit C, to me, nearly perfect. So Kyuhyun said, let's face it, why would we get excited about naked men? I agree with Kyuhyun, but we felt like going crazy. You were physically sexy, but the movements were very sexy too. You showed us a perfect performance. I knew everyone would fall for it. Bestie Kyuhyun, words of wisdom. I totally agree with what he said. Gikwang said that was a 10 out of 10 in teamwork. Yes, the teamwork was so solid in this performance. He said, you showed us the dance on its own. You didn't rely on the set or other things. Using your body, you perfectly expressed what dance is. And Ryan Jhun said, I want to give Inho and Sorim the credit for creating a balance and keeping up with them. Jongup, you created harmony with the leader until the end. And then he got really emotional, and then he said that he was really proud of them. And yes, I mean, comparing them to their first evaluation, what a difference. It felt like I was watching a completely different team. The last performance was Unit D, and they performed Power by Little Mix. So the first time watching this performance, I thought it was good, but it wasn't as great as the others. But watching it in the after show, can you guess what I think about it now? Amazing. Way better the second time. I highly recommend, after watching these performances on Peak Time, rewatch them again, especially in the full cam version. To me, the MVP of this team, the one that really brought this team to life, was Junhyung from Team 14, aka from Ghost 9. The man's stage presence is unmatched. So first of all, watching it the second time, I noticed all the guys were in sync. They were so sharp. All of them were like that. There was something about Junhyun that his movements and his performance was even a level up. I don't even know how to describe it. So Shim Jaewon said the other teams had a lot of main dancers, but with Team D, the ones who could be the main dancers were, I think, Junhyung played that role mostly. But what I was looking forward to was for you to write history, even in a dire situation. I really appreciate that you filled this stage with the energy and spirit. So Unit D is sort of like the remainders, the groups that weren't picked, because Unit A, B, and C, the members could pick who they wanted to be in their teams and whatnot. But Unit D was sort of the remainder. But even still, I think they did such a great job with this. My final pick, I could not choose between Unit B or Unit C. Both of them were so good, but the winner was Unit C. So the point difference between the Unit B and C, the dance unit, was 9 points. And then the difference between Unit B and Unit D was 1 point. 1 point. How wild is that? And the overall difference between first place and fourth place was only 16 points. I'm telling you all, these performances, it was so close. All right, so episode 7, there was no performances. It was just the elimination round. I think out of all the episodes up to this point, this one is the most stressful and heartbreaking one. So this episode showed extra footage of just all the groups and just extra challenges and things like that. And again, I absolutely love seeing the friendships and the support that all these groups have for each other. But I will admit, out of all the episodes up to this point, episode 7 felt the longest, maybe because, again, it was the elimination round and there were no performances. So prior to announcing who would be eliminated, all the groups got an original song and choreography, and they were already preparing for round 3. And they announced in the end of the episode, the groups that were eliminated, they were able to keep the songs that they were working on. So now they could either have a comeback or just perform the songs with the choreography and the costumes that they were given. And I thought that was such a sweet gift from Peak Time to these groups. And it really shows that Peak Time, the team behind the show, they genuinely want these groups to succeed. I mean, they gave them an original song, choreography, outfits. They could just have a comeback. All right, so the groups that made it to the next round was in 8th place was 15 o'clock. In 7th place, it was 14 o'clock. And they had a vocal MVP, Junseong. So team 14 o'clock got extra voting points. 6th place was team 24. Like I mentioned earlier, the dance MVP was Jongup. So they were able to get extra votes. And again, Unit C did win for the dance battle, so they got even more points as well. Fifth place was Team 8 O'Clock, fourth place 20, third place 23, second place 11, and first place was 13 O'Clock, and the rapper MVP was Jaemin. So it was very interesting to see that up until this point, I believe starting from like episode 1 or 2, in first place was 11 O'Clock, Vanner. They were always in first place up until now in episode 7, they were in second place. So those were the 8 teams that made it. However, there was a surprise. 2 more teams make it to round 3. So there was Global Pick and Judges Pick. So Global Pick, that was Team 7 O'Clock. And the Judges Pick is self-explanatory. The judges chose another group to make it to the next round. And it was Team 2 O'Clock. Honestly, up until this point, I was so nervous for them. So the teams that were eliminated, their names were revealed. So Team 21, Team 24K. I was really sad to see this team go because she is such a solid rapper. The next group that got eliminated was Team 18 O'Clock, Boys de Capo, aka BDC. The next group was Team 9 O'Clock, Blitzers, Team 5 O'Clock, ATBO, Team 4 O'Clock, BXB. Fun fact about this group, except for the youngest member, but they debuted under the name TRCNG. I believe I watched one of their music videos before, but they were in a company that I will not name. And I'm so happy that they're not in that company anymore. Actually, I don't even think that company exists anymore. Good thing. But I'm really rooting for them. And the last team that got eliminated was Team 1 O'Clock, and their team name was Dignity. All in all, Peak Time is still a really great show. I'm still happy that all the groups that, even though they were eliminated, they do get an original song. I look forward to all of their comebacks. So with all that being said, that wraps it up for this video. Remember, check out the after show. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you all next time. Bye.